Gibby, what do you got for us?
You could let's be clear about this.
You lost to $2,000. Welcome back to Gus and Gawny, final episode of the season.
Yep. Good to be here at the centerpiece.
Is it the final episode?
Well, I signed for 6 more years.
Yeah,
How long you got?
Well, I think we should do a poll.
Sure.
We should get it out.
We have used polls successfully in the past.
We should get it out to the Gus and Gawny crew. Do they want to change up? Do they want it just to continue as is? Do they want a new host? Do they want Sparks to come in a bit more frequently?
Yeah, we'll do an extensive off-season review.
Yep.
And we'll get a lot of that data from you guys. But we're here now, and at the centerpiece, Gibby looking very sharp.
Thank you. You
blue on blue. Nice.
Bluey Trust got medal, so
of course, naturally.
Got to go on theme. I'll tell you what, the room is looking a little bit sharper than Casey Fields.
Oh, you've got these things up at
We've got
Casey.
these things, but I reckon the soundproofing in this room is going to be crisp.
Where are we? What is this place called?
It's called the centerpiece. How much do you reckon,
yeah.
with all jokes aside, how much would all that cost, you reckon?
Well, Casey cost us about 80, so I'm going maybe 70.
Sure.
Yeah, the Casey one certainly looks better.
Yeah, something about the triangles on this wall.
It does look nice.
Pyramids.
With the all blue.
Not even pyramids. Yeah, no, the
There's
bow tie.
a real lack of red, though.
Well, it's on the head and...
that's well done, by the way.
Right.
That's well done.
I'm a thinking man.
Yep.
Have you boys been? What have you been up to?
I still have been working. What about you guys?
You work the whole way through?
Yeah, I have to work the whole way through, full time.
What sort of content you been
Lil and
releasing?
Ben.
Not much.
The Flower Pot Men show.
Yeah. Do you cross over to AFLW much?
Yeah, off to Perth tomorrow. So
Hey.
yeah, that'll be good.
God's country.
Yeah, the girls going well.
Oh,
What time are you flying out? 7:05?
Nah, 12 o'clock midday.
Okay.
Are you going to Perth tomorrow?
Mum is going to Perth tomorrow with a few of the Knuckle and Taj.
So you're going or Mum?
Mum's going.
Okay.
But there's about 10 people on this
Deborah,
flight.
friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast.
If you hadn't have signed yet, that would have been a massive rumour, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Deb saying
what did I
on the
sign?
plane.
A couple of months ago now? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, she's got 3 sons living there.
Well, we're going to go through our favourite things of the year.
Okay. Where are we?
And
well, mine is obviously Danielle.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Danielle's
Did she feature on the...
She was there in spirit a few times, and
Yep.
boy, oh boy, she was the star of my show.
Closely followed by you.
Won't make that mistake again. What was...
You signing was the best thing that's ever happened to this podcast. What didn't happen is breaking it on the podcast.
Well, I messaged you. You would remember I messaged you and I said, I'm not sure I can keep it under wraps for that long.
Yep.
And then you got a little bit excited. It was good. No, it was good.
We'll go through that soon. We're at the BNF.
We are. You look dashing. Just by Country Road.
Now, Gibby knows who wins.
Yeah, I do.
Well, so does everyone.
Well, no, but
If it's not Clayton Oliver, I'll eat your, pocket thingo.
Sure.
What is that called? Pocket square.
Wow. You went for the thing you couldn't name.
Pocket thingo.
You could have run a jacket, bow tie, shirt. You were eating his pocket square.
Oh, I thought the bow tie really brings the outfit together. That you could probably get away without the pocket.
So we all think Clayton wins.
I mean, anyone who's watched... Yeah, I think Clayton wins. I was going to be smart there, but
Brownlow
he's going to win.
Brownlow night, they're 1 vote apart.
Yep. Who won? Clary.
Clary won, but is it closer than what we're all thinking? I'm predicting. So we have this weird BNF where like one person can get like 700 votes. Like I don't know where the voting system comes from.
Do you know where the voting system is?
Yeah, so the 4 coaches vote 0 to 10 for each game. So you can get a maximum 40, minimum 0 for every game this season.
Which coaches? Because surely
Goodwin, Uze, Stafford, Chappie.
Does he just vote for all?
Well, yeah, they rank each player.
So every game,
every player gets
every
a vote.
player can get 0 to 40.
So you could get 3 players who get 40 votes.
Yeah, correct.
There you go.
but no one gets 0, surely.
Well, hang on.
I'm not going to disclose confidential.
Oh,
votes.
come on, Gibby.
Surely no one's been rated 4 zeros from a game.
You'd
by
be
the coach.
surprised. I've had a few bad ones.
Like no impact at all, sort of bad.
Well, I mean, I don't know if Ooze throws me. It would have been Wingers Club days when I was running up and down on the tram
stuck
tracks.
on the far wing.
Yeah, and then they just Ooze might throw me a 1 because I held shape or something.
I reckon I've got a 40. Do you reckon you have a 40?
You'd have a
Sydney
few 40s.
Yeah. But we lose. You get a 40 on a loss?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good question.
That wouldn't
It's not
impact.
like Brown though. You
No.
don't get 2 if you're the best on ground in the losing
Were
team.
you defensively good in the game? You got 20 marks?
I can't remember. What round was that? 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. We'll find out. Let's find out together. Let's go on the journey.
You'll poll well that game. So I'm going to go Clayton.
Yep. I think I'm also going to go Clayton.
Then I'm going to go Jack.
I'm going to go Christian second.
Wow. And then you go Jack third.
I'll go Jack third.
And I'm Christian third. Then
I'll
it's
go
a little bit, you can go
I'll
wherever
go
you
Stephen
want.
fourth.
I'll go Angus fourth.
And I'll go Max fifth.
I'll go Stephen fifth.
What about you, Gibby?
No comment.
Oh, so you know the answers already, dude.
Well, the
know
only
the
other
answers.
names you can sort of throw into it would be Bailey and Ed.
Yeah, it could be. Well, that's 7. Oh, 8 names that
8.
you've got together.
Yeah, we said 6 names all
Yep,
up,
yep.
and then Bailey and Ed. Then
That's a
I'm
solid top 8. Look, I think we both make the top 10.
just trying to think if there's anyone else.
But
Nibbler.
it would be a chance. He played every game just about.
He's giving us nothing. This is great podcasting.
I'll give you. They're all in the top 10.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
Well, here you go. Let's talk about the award that
Well
really
done, mate.
matters.
You made the top
Thanks,
10.
mate. That's a big bonus. Big bonus. I just want
bonus.
to talk about the award that matters.
Sure.
For this evening.
Yep.
And it's not. No, it's not going to be up on the PowerPoint presentation. It's not going to be on the big screen. You're not going to hear a lot of fanfare about it, but it is, probably the essence of what we stand for as a football club.
Yep.
And it's the Gus and Gawny Gibby votes as well. So it's the G to the power of 3
Yep.
award for the Gus and Gawny Player of the Year.
And you wouldn't read about it. We got dual winners.
We do. And if someone listening out there said, well, the tiebreaker is who's the better looking,
It's pretty. Actually, wow. That's a close battle.
it is. But if your
I know
nickname's
where
the
you
big
sit.
sexy,
Yeah,
if
I
your
know where
nickname's
you
the big
sit.
sexy,
Yeah.
then it's game over. So if that's how you want to break the tie,
So Cozzy's won genuinely.
Cozzy and Sam
He
Weedon.
actually genuinely polled the most votes, but Weed's got to vote every single week.
I
like,
gave him one for the semi. I thought he was
Yeah.
important that night. So
He was
got
good.
him over the line.
unbelievable in the Casey Granny.
So it's a draw.
rough
We've
one.
got 9 out of the original 10 Sporting Globe vouchers still in our holster, so we can fire a few their way.
Yep. Anything else we can give 'em?
I'm
sure
sure
we
we can dig up some Green Zone merch.
Yep. Green Zone. Obviously, we got to thank all of our sponsors.
Yeah.
We won't.
It's going to be harder without the book.
It's going to be harder
in
without the
front of
book.
us. Zurich's obviously off the top, and you wouldn't have heard the little cut in about the insurance, so we should probably give that a pump.
Yeah.
I actually had a look at life insurance the other day, went straight to Zurich.
Well, we've got a new sponsor. And to be fair, they've been all over.
Sorry. This might get cut out, all of it, because it's a beer, and the kids might watch. So if it does, sorry, Furphy, but if it doesn't, boy, oh boy.
We're at the B&F,
Chris.
just having one of the sponsors' lagers.
You know what? He's a hot take. I was sipping it like this at the camera, and I said, geez, this is crisp.
And then it's called Crisp.
Crisp on the front.
That's like you knew.
Who would have thought? Anyway,
So yeah, we'll get to Weeds and Cozzy at some point tonight. I'm sure
we
they'll
will.
be honoured.
Oh, they will be. Weedo's
and-
Weedo's probably the Clayton in this situation. He's known it's coming. He's got to vote every week.
Yeah.
But hey, he's going to enjoy it nonetheless.
Right.
He's going to be 4 times. That's incredible. Anyway.
Same as Steins.
Yes.
Well, we got to be careful because we don't know if he's won.
We don't know if
And if
he's
we keep-
won, but if he did
Keep
win,
poking the bear
if he
of it.
did win, then he
Well,
would
I'm
be
just
fourth.
judging. We've had the same coaches for a while, and they vote Clary pretty well. Like
He's done
Clary's
all right,
won
man. He's won 3 of them.
and this is his best year.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
I think he's doing all right.
yep.
Anyway, what else?
You got some news for us the last time of the year?
Bit of trade news, maybe.
Bit of trade news potentially. There's Stefan Cardamone on his bike. He's heading out to City of Frankston to take up a content position. So he will be out of here.
With the city of Frankston.
He's heading Bayside.
What does this mean for
Frankston's not Bayside. We're gonna have to leave this in.
What does this mean for Tongue and Groove Entertainment?
I'll stay on board. as
Sorry,
well.
you're actually doing work for the city of Frankston, the council. Oh, awesome. Oof. Yeah, well, I mean, we're down in Casey.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm down Mornington Peninsula.
Yep. So I guess that technically counts.
Yep.
Well, good on you. Look, the stuff behind the scenes you don't see, the hours, the cutting, the stuff that falls on
Cutting's big.
the floor, cutting's here or there.
Pretty much, I'd say 80% of the job is Stefan's. We go after the big dogs a lot.
Beep,
Yeah,
beep, beep,
and
beep.
Stefan's friends with the big dogs.
Yeah,
So, our longest episode this year was 48 minutes, Jaden Hunt. And our shortest was 32 minutes, Eden Zanker.
Well, I think there's a trend emerging. Lil and Ben is punchy and
Yep. Well, Eden was hilarious. Wasn't she on her tractor?
Yeah, she was great.
Yep.
Nazim
Oh, yes,
probably
she
would
was.
have been the
Nazim-
longest, but none of that got in.
did we have a Hamish Blake episode? Was there a horse involved? Did that go for an hour and
that was
20 this
year
year?
one.
Or that
And
was year-
Nazim, that was a hard day for you, Stefan. Nazim.
Yeah,
Not
Nazim
much
came in
later.
just flaming.
That
with
was
a
probably my
flamethrower,
favourite
spewing flames
episode
around.
because he was just grilling you the whole time,
Yeah.
and for the first time ever, I wasn't in the hot
And
seat.
still not engaged, which is weird.
Well, I've got a. We can't talk about that.
Yeah, we
now,
can
we?
talk about that.
I've got a ring on my
premiership
finger. Danielle didn't propose to me. Nazim, I know you're listening.
ring. We got premiership rings.
We got premiership
See
rings.
that on the camera? That was nice. Got them the other day.
We did.
None for
But no,
Starfire.
you haven't
not
got.
for this
you
year.
haven't got.
You know what? We
see
should
how-
probably cut that. We didn't get them this year. We got them for last year, and that was just the slow timing to get them out.
But you haven't got this finger done yet.
Where's your? Shouldn't you have something
So
on there?
I've gone the tattoo approach. So Jay just
So the
written there.
cop
So
out. The cop out.
Well,
Oh,
if
so
Jess
you
and-
don't actually have a ring.
If Jess and I fall through one day, and
You just take the ring off.
well, I'll just have
what?
to meet a Johanna or a
Johanna.
Or
A
a-
Johanna. Well, you heard it here first.
Or
a
a-
Johanna.
or a-
so
or a John.
You could either A, take the ring off. It's pretty easy. Or laser off. Or meet a Johanna.
yeah. I'm going to meet someone with starting with Joe.
A Johanna would do fine.
BNF night. My most exciting thing. Disco sponsors it.
I completely forgot. Where are the 500 of them? I did see a massive queue out the front. I went to the wrong door and
You
there was
went
a
in
queue of 100 people.
Is everyone here disco
George and I
sponsor?
were out there, but
Well,
you
me and
weren't.
Gawny weren't.
No.
Well,
No,
George was.
Jess and George were.
George were. That's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Danielle probably was, I think.
No one in your household was a member.
Well, at least two of your three were.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Pass the
remember
buck there.
George doesn't work.
Literally,
so
pun intended. You've passed the buck, literally and metaphorically.
we need to go say hi to disco sponsors. The lucky ones have got
you
here.
know
How many got
two?
here?
Two.
Only two. Yeah.
Only two.
Do we know the two?
No, we'll track them down.
I think it can't be hard to find.
Yep.
Yeah,
I dare say they'll probably find us.
I'd hope so. Where are you sitting? Where did you go? Where
Have
they
you got
got
a
Sure
roll?
about the table.
Have you got a roll?
I'm doing a little roaming segment. Chin did it last year. He's been sacked, so
Give him the
Did
half.
Chin do it?
I can't remember. I wasn't there. Danielle had COVID,
Oh,
so
that's
I
right.
wasn't allowed to come.
You were
And they
supposed to be
said,
on our table.
they said, oh, you can
Protocols.
watch on Zoom, and I said,
What'd you come last year?
20 something, maybe like 17th or something.
Maybe wing wasn't for you. Everyone said, "Hi, this guy actually can play wing." Well, maybe you didn't. Come 20th.
Yeah, no, it might not be 20th. It was in the high. It might have been 18th or 19th.
Unbelievable granny though.
Well, I mean, yeah, push comes to shove.
Yeah.
But anyway, I did my team. I did it for the team. Apparently, that doesn't get rewarded anymore. What happened to that? You know, that spiel.
Who are you? Who are you roaming?
I've got yourself.
We're doing a little bit.
Oh, we must
doing
be
a chat.
close to each other. We're on the
Yeah,
same.
We're
table.
on the same
You're
table.
on the same table.
Maybe
I
we
can
get the
come
band
past.
back together one more time, eh?
Beautiful.
The three of us just roguing it out on the floor, a bit of riff-raff, bit of banter.
Benny Brown,
Yep,
Oh,
that'll be
just
wild.
Tom Sparrow, then Bowser. Who have you got any questions for me?
We had Bowser on here, and it
That was
wasn't
the
our best.
short episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I bet he doesn't listen, so we can be liberal.
Well,
there are people who
we got
love
our,
talking.
We
and
got
there
our
are people-
favourite sponsor of all time.
Yeah, well, hang on. I take it all back.
Yeah.
That was the best episode. My favourite ever episode. Green Zone Termites. Don't
Ask him about Green Zone Term.
Ask him genuinely about Green Zone. How are they going?
That's a good point.
Everyone in the room will know about it.
Financial year ended a couple of months ago, so I asked about the balance sheet, P&L,
Yep.
Sure.
market capitalisation, things of that nature.
Sparrow. We need Sparrow back on about JJ. We had them both in it.
Yeah, that was tough.
That was hard.
Is this
I'm
a
like-
moment of? Is this a
I was
year?
like-
Is this a reflection
I was
of
like,
the year?
JJ, who's the worst around the house? Who doesn't cook? And they both were like, oh no, we're both actually pretty good. Like there was just nothing.
Cheers, guys.
Just
How
give
about
us
something
a-
rogue? Just drop an F-bomb or something. There's something. The two of them. I reckon individually, they're not so bad, but they're together. It's like a school of fish or something. They just feel protected in the masses.
And can you introduce obviously Brenny Brownie Brute League?
Brenny, you have to
Brenny
say
Brown.
Brenny Bound.
Brenny Brown.
Some of
Brenny
my
Brown.
better work. Was that episode 2 or 3? That was long time.
No, it was the
It was
first
after the hub.
episode of the next season 2.
We were in the MC. Was that the MCG?
MCG.
Yeah, just been traded. G'day, Brenny.
Which leads us to a couple of things that I want to highlight this year.
Sure.
And one of the things I loved was we went out of Amy Park and out of Casey Fields every now and then. Went to the Sporting Globe, but my favourite was Ooze in Stix's office.
Wow. In the mahogany. Yes.
Yeah.
What were we doing that day?
We had what is now he's the second best senior coach in the country, apparently, Adamuze. He's been second twice.
Yeah.
One of the stiffest men in Australia.
Don't have to be dead to be stiff.
We had him in Stix's office, talking all things footy.
What were we? Where were we that day? It was
I think we did a
Brighton
beach
Bars,
session.
At
We
the
did a
Brighton
beach
Bars.
session.
We were down there and we said, "Oh, just bring it back to Stixie." You know, he's got the
When the
deep
bird-
mahogany. Fox Footy published that thing at Gawny saying the proof's in the pudding. So
Stefan could actually stitch us all up
this
here.
is it. No, Stefan's
He could
final.
go out
He's
swinging.
Hail Mary. Everything's in. No cuts. You know, things of that nature.
And I hope you come up with something. I've actually done the no book
No
at
notes.
all.
I
That's what
noticed.
you
I didn't
normally
want to
do.
say anything because I didn't bring a book either.
Is the episode we had Matty Whelan on, and we spoke all things NARM.
Yeah, that was a special week.
That was cool. We were, to rename the Melbourne Football Club as the NARM Football Club. It was really, really special, and the girls followed suit. And then also other sports have floated into it as well, which is really cool. So I think we'll be trailblazers, and next year you'll have maybe 4 or 5, and then hopefully more. And yeah, that's one of my favourite episodes. You agree?
Yeah, I agree. It would be remiss of us not to mention the biggest disappointments of the year.
Yeah.
And at the top of that list probably is, the Ed Langdon grand final clause. We obviously missed out. he didn't come on the podcast this year. That was a bit of a disappointment.
That was a disappointment. We actually had some good guests lined up.
We did.
And
You know, I mean, personal glory, the community, the
Yep.
team, your family, the supporters, Lingers coming on the podcast. They're all strong reasons to play. We missed out.
Yep.
That made us flat.
Have you got a favourite?
My favourite part of the podcast is when Gus continues a story that he knows isn't going to make the podcast.
Yep.
Because that's getting cut.
Yeah. So we're going to put a poll up.
Yep.
We're going to suss out if we're going to continue.
We will.
I feel like you're continuing no matter what.
Well, hang on.
I'm at the
hang
age.
on a second.
I'm at the
hang on.
age.
Don't even plant this seed. I just want to exterminate that like green zone termites exterminates termites. I want to just put that one out.
I want to pitch the Angus Brayshaw show.
You want to get that was a show in like my first year.
It was,
or
at
something.
it was at the best of
At the best
Paris.
of I rocked it.
Yeah, no,
But-
that was in the Kate Chandler sort of category.
I rocked it. I just want to say that it's a do or die. If it's ride or die.
Can
you
I
and
go
me,
Can I go back to every second?
Nah.
I can't go back to every
We
second.
can do every second week together. It will not go back to me without
Maybe
you.
we. Well, I don't know why these two are even in this conversation, but
That's a good point.
maybe we just
That's
bring
a
it back to a fortnight.
Well, mate, we'll ask the people. What if you've got a kid, family and stuff? There's things, on the way that
I
Yeah,
mean,
mate,
I'm just
take
my
some
shoulders
time.
are sore.
sure understood,
Yep.
listened, received feedback. But
You're the
it's
talent. You're hilarious. You're the talent.
Sorry, mate.
But my shoulders are sore.
You're the fodder. You're the outside off stump ball that I just get to cream for 4 every week.
Oh, geez, we're nice.
Johanna?
No, you're the talent. No, Gibby's the talent.
Gibby he's the professional.
I'll claim that.
The professional. You're the you got the know-how. You're the the cogs, and we're the I don't know what we are. We're doing all right though. We probably can't. Look, I'll be honest. We got 11,000. We got 10K. We got a K this year on our Instagram.
That's good.
Means that people actually.
And you've probably got a bit of ASA writing on the podcast.
We
Yeah, actually we do.
do.
Yeah, yeah.
There is.
We're contracted to
That's
do
it.
it. That's what we haven't
Yeah.
worked for yet. Is we're contracted to do this podcast.
We'll figure that bit out. Yeah, there's probably not much left to talk about. We do have a best and
Let's
fairest
go to the best of
to.
Ferris.
Thanks everyone for the year. Thanks for the listeners. You make the show. I don't think we did this in as many words last year, but for everyone who's along for the ride, I enjoy doing this.
I do enjoy the 45 minutes we're on air.
And the 10 seconds of preparation
Planning.
I do.
The 10 seconds of prep, that gets me.
That drags on.
Yeah, that drags on. We can cut that down to maybe 7 seconds.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But we'll obviously go back. We'll figure it all out and
Do another
come back next
poll
year.
to the listeners and see how many seconds prep they think we did for this episode.
Well, I was 7 minutes late, so negative 420.
7 minutes
To be
late.
fair, you're actually 37 minutes late because
Well, no.
meant to be at
What I want,
5:45.
and I
7 minutes
I see
late.
the headline. I can see it. Danielle makes Angus late. I don't want that written
No.
because that's not strictly the truth.
No.
Yes, I'm not going to say no one had a fashion meltdown. I'm not going to say that. So I don't want that on the headlines either. But I may have been late.
We rushed out the door.
I'm here
Brooke
now.
didn't even get a blush on because we were running late for this. But
I was going to be here at the time of 5:45. So let's
Anyway.
just 5:45.
It's not Danielle's fault.
Was a time talked about.
It's definitely
And
not.
you got here at
It is
6:37.
definitely not. I just want to say, definitely not Danielle's fault.
Okay. See you
Let's
next
enjoy the
year.
BNF.
Maybe.
Potentially. Uru.